And we are back, guys. I'm joined here with two very, very special guests. I feel honoured and privileged. And guys, we're here talking about the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight. I'm here with two guys who thought Wilder won the fight.
Miracles exist. That is what that fight showed me. Miracles truly exist.
What do I think? Fury won this fight. To this day! To this day! To this day! To this day! Guys, you're tuning in. Welcome to the Sanderson Show. So guys, where do I start? You both had Wilder win.
No. Let's
build up. Let's build up to the 12th round.
It's more complex than that. Like, I think. See, it's very complicated at times. Fury won the boxing fight.
100%.
100%. He won the boxing fight. If I'm a judge, and I think this is where the one judge that gave it to 115 to 112 to Wilder is crazy. But I'm looking at the English judge who gave it as a draw. If I'm a judge, and I'm looking at that, I don't know how I can give Fury the win when you got knocked down twice. So even if you did win, you've been knocked down twice. I just don't know. So I just think that a draw was the fair result. And you know what? Obviously, we'll later on we'll discuss that whole 10-second count because man, I don't know.
Dubious to say.
You were livid, so I'm gonna let you guys into a little thing. I spoke to Drifty on the day before the fight, and I said to him, "Yeah, I think Fury's gonna stop him." And the moment I sent that message, I just saw typing. You know when you see typing on the WhatsApp, and I was like, "Oh, let me apologise." Do you know when you can sense someone angrily typing through the screen? I was like, "I'm in trouble." I was like, "Drifty, I'm sorry." You thought Wilder won the fight.
I did. No, I feel like I agree with everything you lot are saying in regards to the boxing match. Fury won the boxing match, 100%. He was very good. He was light on his feet. I've never seen a heavyweight since Ali be that light on his feet. It's actually quite admirable that he was like 26 stone a year ago, and all of a sudden he's floating like a butterfly in a world championship fight. Seriously. So I take my hat off to him, but we'll get to the 12th round because that's why I feel Wilder won the fight, the 12th round. But if you just strip the bare bones away, Fury wins because of how we judge boxing. Yeah. But I feel like boxing is only judged like that in a simplistic way because people are simple and the only way to really say who a winner is to be simple. But I feel like there should be a little bit more that goes into championship fights. And I feel like just because you danced around and jabbed somebody well shouldn't allow you to take his title. And I feel like that's why maybe within boxing, there needs to be something a little bit more looked at in the way we judge things, because this isn't like when Mayweather used to win fights and it was a defensive masterclass where he wasn't offensive, but he was still outboxing you. He would still hit you more than you would hit him with his style.
And he completely controlled fights.
I don't feel like Fury was in control of the fight. I just feel like what happened was that Fury just kept trying to overload and frustrated himself and beat himself.
Wilder, you mean?
Wilder, sorry. I feel like Wilder beat himself. I don't feel like at any point during that fight Fury was in control because I don't feel like at any point during that fight Wilder was hurt.
I hear what you're saying. I do see where you're both coming from. But it is a boxing match. And you both said it's a boxing match. Under boxing rules, Fury, in my opinion, won those first 8 rounds. Now, we can argue... Yeah.
I think Wilder won the second for me.
Yeah. There's an argument for
and
that.
the 5th when he knocked him down.
No, it's the 9th he knocked him down.
Was it the 9th?
Yeah, it's the 9th.
Okay.
He didn't get to him to the 9th.
Okay.
So, if we're going back on the logic... Exactly.
It flew by that fight. I thought it was the 5th.
Exactly.
I haven't watched it back.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, imagine now. So, you both said you can't just dance around and win a title. I agree with that. I think Fury did more than that. But at the same time, can you give Deontay Wilder a draw or a win because he landed 3 good punches in 12 rounds?
For me, I think that a knockdown carries a lot of weight. How I view boxing is like, I think a knockdown is such a huge move to have. I think that gets extra weighting. So for me, I wouldn't in good faith be able to give Fury the win when he got knocked down twice. The second time, it doesn't make any sense how you got up.
The second time was crazy.
Yeah, so even if you won that 12th round, in my mind I said, wait a minute, it doesn't make sense how you got up. So I just think that Wilder did the most explosive things. Fury was much more consistent. But the more eye-catching things that happened was what Wilder did. Hence why I think a draw is the fairest result, I believe.
I think Fury got absolutely robbed.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right,
Completely robbed.
Let me use some Drifty logic.
Oh, Lord.
You should hashtag this.
I give Wilder the second round
All right.
as a normal 10-9.
Yeah.
And then I give him the 10-8 for the 9th round knockdown.
And the 12th.
So that's 3 points. That 3 points in regards to points I'm giving Wilder to that point. And then the other 7 rounds I'm giving Fury. So that means at that point it will be
7-3.
7-3. So I do believe that probably on points just Fury probably wins it. But that 12th round, even if I'm not going on what happened and I'm just going purely in the knockdown, I think that was such a vicious knockdown. I'm scoring that 10-7.
Nah.
That's got to be more than a 10-8.
It can't be. It can't
it's got to be. You can't be sparked out like that.
It
But
can't
then
be.
he came back really
He did.
strong.
I'm ignoring that. Everything that happened after that, because he was in zombie mode. I don't even.
Yeah.
I'm ignoring.
Like,
that.
no, but seriously, like, I still feel that Fury should be drug tested. Because it makes no sense how you can rise... To this day, to this day, it still doesn't make any sense how he got.
No, it doesn't.
It
It
doesn't
never
make
will.
any sense.
It never will.
Like I don't know, because you guys, you're obviously like you guys are huge boxing guys. Have you ever seen that before in boxing history?
No, because it shouldn't happen.
That's never happened before.
The only time I've seen that happen is in wrestling, when the music comes on, the lights go dark, and all you hear is dong, and then you see Undertaker. That's the only time I've seen
It's
it.
the Undertaker.
Like,
Oh, when obviously in wrestling they fake being
Yeah,
hurt, so
they
they can
fake-
get up whenever they want.
So, do you think that Fury was really hot and he came through, or he was trying to take his time?
he was hurt, but I
he
think
was
he took his time as well. But he was hurt. Like, it wasn't so much the first punch; it was the second punch as he was going down. That's the one that really did him in. Because the first punch, I think it was more of a flash. When you see it in slow motion, you see the second one connect. I thought, okay, yeah, get the stretcher and get the oxygen because it's done. Like,
Yeah.
And also, I think Wilder thought it was done. I
yeah,
think
Wilder
everybody
was
thought
giving
it
it all of that in it. His Harlem shaking, and then
It was done.
and then he looked back at Tyson like, oh, this is the Walking Dead, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think psychologically that would just mess you up.
Oh yeah,
Like when you've literally given the most perfect knockdown and the guy gets up, psychologically you can't get back on it. You're like,
Yeah.
this makes no sense. Like, I've got nothing more.
Yeah.
So
I'd have walked over and shook Fury's hand and say, you're all right. Said, I'm off. I'll be on my way. You're like,
oh my god.
But we got to talk about the 12th round.
yes, we have to.
We have to talk about the
We
12th
have to.
round.
While we all knew Wilder was going to come out with sorry for the pun, but with fury and just go for it, because I think he knew he was down on the scorecards.
Yes.
He knew he needed a knockdown
Yeah.
or a knockout to
And I
draw
blame
to
his
win.
corner for allowing him to get that.
Yeah,
far
oh, 100%.
behind.
His corner was terrible.
By around 5th or 6th round, they should
got
have been
switch
like,
on.
Wilder, you got a box.
Yeah.
Stop going
Yeah.
for the knockout now.
Switch.
You have to box.
And also, that is why when I was watching it with you, I said it's done. Because he has to go for a knockdown in the 12th round. And in boxing, if you're really desperate, it never happens. So I said, there is no way in the 12th round he will knock him down. So say, look, Drifty, it's done. It's finished. He's won on points.
I'll be honest. I messaged one of my friends as it was going into 12th round and said, this is the worst thing that could happen to Tyson Fury right now because Deontay's got nothing to lose. He knows he can take Tyson Fury's power.
Yeah.
He's going to he will get a knockdown this round. I don't think he'll stop him because I think Tyson Fury will take a knee or hold him. But I did not expect a knockdown like that because he hit him hard twice. Bam, bam.
It was like he hit him with a brick and a bat.
Yeah. I said, right, that's it now. That's what you get for our boxing.
Yeah. And also, he gave me a piggyback when he was on the
Yeah, I've
ground.
still got marks on my neck.
No, seriously, I was trying to strangle him. Seriously.
I was celebrating and being choked out at the same time, and he was on my back.
I thought it was over. When it happened, I was like, oh, wow. All I felt was, wow, Fury's come back. He's lost to the 12th round.
Yeah.
This is how it ends. And then I just heard dong. And then I saw him get back up.
was
And I was
so
like,
disappointed.
I was like, nah.
It made no sense.
The room, because the room got so deflated when Fury got up. We were like, what? What's just happened?
Actually, no. When he got up, remember, I was shouting because I was like, Wilder,
knock him,
get him, because that's what normally happens. Like, whenever a guy gets up, he's a bit shaky, get him, finish. And then when he didn't finish, I was like, it's done. He's
but
lost.
I feel like, I think it's like what you said, like psychologically, I think Wilder was so shocked he got up that...
Like mentally,
because I've watched Wilder after he's knocked someone down and he kills you after that.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like, I think he was, and the fatigue probably played a big part as well. But I feel like he probably thought, what the fuck? I just hit him with my best shot.
I hit him with my 2 of my best shots and he got up.
And he's up.
Psychologically, you can't come home. Hence why Fury ended it so well, because Wilder was like, and I think Wilder thought he lost the fight. Like he wouldn't say it in public, but I think Wilder was like, yeah.
You only have to look at their body language after the fight. Fury was up on the rope celebrating. Wilder was just sort of there like, I did everything.
But I think that's because it was in America. I thought there was a chance that maybe they give it as a draw.
It's nasty piece of work by the Americans doing that.
But it's not Americans. The English judge gave it as a draw. He was an English judge.
I still believe,
but he's in America.
I still believe though, when it's all said and done, the ref gave Fury more than 10 seconds.
So that's the point. Let's talk about the 10 seconds. So you definitely
100%. I feel like that was 11 or 12 seconds guaranteed.
Okay. Why should the ref have a separate 10 seconds from bloody time?
I'm not saying he's got a separate 10 seconds, but my thing is Tyson Fury went by the referee's 10 count. So Tyson Fury didn't do anything wrong.
I don't blame Fury.
He beat the ref's 10 count.
Yeah.
But the ref's 10 count can only start when the person who's the other official at the side starts to count. Because the ref's first instinct is to check on the fighter.
No, he didn't. He went over and said something to Wilder.
Yeah, because you've got to take him to a neutral corner, then you go back and assess the situation.
I've never in my life, in a title fight though, watched the referee be that to the rule book. The guy gets knocked down, straight away just goes over, I'm counting you, mate. Can you get up? Do you know what I mean? Now, this must be the best referee in the world. If in all of that, he can be like, how are the rules again?
He's a quality ref.
Listen, for me though, all of that there gave Fury the extra fuel to get up. Maybe. And I've been watching boxing for a long time, and I saw him getting extra blighs there that are not fair.
And also, most times I see it, a guy flat out, the referee says, "All right, I'm calling it."
That's what
because when a guy is so flat out,
I was about to get to.
All right, but we all know Fury's not a normal guy, though, don't we?
But did the referee know that? He didn't know that.
But he must have known. He would. You can look at someone's face and know when they're completely out.
I could see it from here, bro.
His eyes were glazed.
I could see it from here,
but there's a difference between your eyes being glazed and you being completely knocked out.
If you're lying like that, the ref should just put his hand in your mouth, make sure you haven't swallowed your tongue, and call in the paramedics. Like, I've watched on Insta over the last week, I've watched numerous clips of people showing referees reacting to the same type of knockouts, and every ref stopped the fight there. They didn't even allow the guy. Now, I'm not saying that that's fair, because Fury actually got up, which proves that maybe some of those fights might have been stopped premature.
There we go.
But the referee's job is to think of the fighter's safety first. And allowing Tyson to get up wasn't really a safe bet at that moment. In hindsight, it looked like one, but right there and then, what if Wilder come over and throws one more bang, and then gives him brain damage?
But this is heavyweight boxing, though. Wilder could do that with the very first punch in the very first round.
I know, but if a guy's lying flat out, the fight is over, man. I'm sorry.
Because again, it's all in hindsight. Because again, it's a very good point that is that how many fighters have we seen when they've stopped the fight, and say, "Hey, yo, I can keep on going." I don't think, look, man, I was doing it for your health.
Yeah.
So you just never know that when a guy is flat out, not for 5 seconds. 5 seconds, he don't move a muscle for 5 seconds, bro.
All right, I take it back to another knockout, which you spoke about off camera. When Canelo knocked out Khan, did you think there was any chance he'd get back up? Because you knew, didn't you?
Yeah. I celebrated that like a goal.
You saw him get knocked down, you saw snot come out the nose, and you saw him assume this position.
If it was UFC, you would have seen his toes curled.
Yeah.
You know, like stiff.
Because I just saw his boots, and his boots were like that. I just saw the sole of his boots, and I knew Khan's not there anymore. I didn't see that with Fury. And if you look at the first knockdown as well, Fury gets knocked down, he even goes like that, makes a little giggle, and then he takes his time getting back up. So Fury does take his time getting back up.
The first knockdown, he was hurt. He wasn't really hurt.
No. Just say his standard knockdown.
That second, in the 12th, for me, Wilder wins this in the 12th round by knockout. I don't think, if you're counting properly, Fury got to his feet on time. I just don't. I don't think he got to his feet on time.
I think he
and
beat
this
the
is
rest
where
now.
this is where you know the thing, because I thought that they introduced the standing 8 count for the reason of a fighter has to have 2 seconds to prove that he's on his feet and he's stable. But as you were saying, that's for if you get stopped. But I thought if the fight gets stopped when you're on your feet, the fight's just stopped.
It depends how bad of a situation. So if say for example we're boxing, you catch me with a punch and I stumble into the ropes and you're attacking, I'm not defending, the ref can step in. If it looks like I'm about to slump, he can start a standing 8 count. If the ref looks at me and sees that there's no way I can continue, he can stop it there. If he does the 8 count and you come back and you finish me off, then it's done. But the standing out 8 count is there just
I thought the standing 8 count was introduced to knockdowns as well, because you had to prove that your leg, like you were still in it.
No, as
So,
long as you,
okay, so
as long
if-
as you beat the 10 count.
So if you're standing on your feet at 8,
I thought you had to be on your feet by 8 and have 2 seconds to walk to the ref and prove that you're still there.
No, as long as you make it by 10, you still have to make that walk.
By 10?
Yeah, it's a 10 count. So as long as you make that walk,
Maybe I've got.
and you show the referee you're still in it.
I thought they changed the rules for the safety of the fighters like around 10 years ago, because before it was just like as long as you're up by 10, but that's when guys were getting all this brain damage because it's easy to stand up when you're not, but you just get knocked out again.
Yeah.
So I thought that's why they introduced this new standing 8.
Well, what they start doing now, so before they would allow you to get up before 10 and then they would kind of check your hands, but they they just make sure your hands were still steady. Whereas now, as you saw in the fight, he made him walk and then come back. If he saw that he was walking, he was stumbling, it would have been stopped there and then. But
So with regards to the heavyweight division,
yeah, that's what I was just going to get onto. So what happens next? I mean, draw is possibly the worst result that could have come out of this situation in terms of the direction of the heavyweight division now. We all knew AJ was...
Because now it gives him a bit more time, don't it?
Joshua has to fight either Wilder. I mean, like I'm tired of stalling, man. Joshua has got to fight either Wilder or Fury in April.
I think that Fury earned a shot at Joshua.
Because as I said to Colin before, Fury's title was never taken from him in the ring.
Yeah.
It was all about outside the ring.
And the fact that
he still has a legitimate claim to that story.
And the fact he didn't lose to Wilder, I think that gives him first shot at Joshua.
100%.
And then the rematch between Wilder and Fury can happen when Fury has all the belts, and then it's a real rematch.
You see, for me, like I personally want Wilder Joshua. For me personally, what should happen is Fury Joshua. That's what should happen.
And the winner fights Wilder.
Wilder, yeah.
See, I get that argument, but there's also an argument to say, all right, but Tyson didn't get the decision, so Tyson really isn't coming to the table with anything. Wilder, WBC champion, Josh got the other championships. One face for the whole division, and then Fury gets that match.
No, but then that's more of a deserving fight than now then, because he'll gain more from it. So wouldn't it make more sense for him to have the fight now? And I know he doesn't bring anything to the table.
Fury or Wilder?
Fury.
But Fury's still the lineal champion.
That's why I feel like he should go and get all his belts back off Joshua.
The thing is, I think Wilder Joshua has to happen. I think
that's going to be the more exciting.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be the most exciting.
I'll say it straight. I'm a massive Anthony Joshua fan, but I don't see how he beats Fury. I don't see how he beats Fury.
Do you know what? Yeah. I properly like Joshua. Like he's such a cool guy.
Very nice guy.
The power in that hook is ridiculous.
Nigerian.
You know what I'm saying? The
only thing I don't like about Andy Joshua is how my missus has got a little crush on him.
Everyone does, man. Every woman does.
But I don't mind Joshua being champion at all.
Yeah,
I have no issues with it. Do you know what I mean? But for me, with Wilder being my guy, and as you lot said, Fury not actually losing his belts, I just feel like Joshua can't claim to be the champion until he fights these two.
Has to. I can't understand anybody who's going to pay money to watch Joshua fight a boxer that's not Wilder or Fury. It makes no sense.
It doesn't.
We don't understand it, but it will happen because he's such a big draw. Joshua could be fighting any one of us and he'd still sell out.
But how though? That makes no sense.
Because he's a draw. He's a draw. He might not sell as much tickets as Povetkin or Klitschko, but he's still going to sell out.
Okay, for a fan that's doing that, I get how he would sell against anybody before this fight. I think this fight, I feel, changes things.
I hope it does.
Because I think most fans will say, wait a minute, no. especially Fury as well. So if this is just like an English thing, if an English fan will say, no, we want to just see Fury's back. He's proved he's back. Fury, Joshua, let's see who's the best.
You can't be called out by two men in the ring in front of millions of people and not answer the call.
No, I agree, but he has in theory answered it on Twitter, but we'll just see whether the fight gets made now.
And he's got Eddie. I feel like Eddie's got too much control in this situation.
He's making money, man.
I disagree. A lot's been made of Eddie and the whole 50 million offer that they got from Wilder's team. But if you actually look at the intricacies of that offer, the offer was 50 million. There was no venue set, no contract was drawn up, and nothing was said to Eddie Hearn about it. And they wanted to do the fight on BT Sport and have Frank Warren promote it. Joshua legally cannot fight for BT Sport while he's under the Sky Sports banner. So that can't happen straight away. And then I'm not going to sign a 50 million contract if I don't know what the contract says in it, where the fight's going to be.
Oh, no, but at least we know that they want to fight so we can negotiate.
But Eddie Hearn's asked him to have a sit down and they haven't.
Has he really?
If you ask me,
Eddie's milking Joshua for everything he can get.
I mean, how hard do you really feel Eddie Hearn is pushing Joshua to fight
Eddie
Wilder?
Hearn doesn't
when
care
he knows that, remember, Joshua winning every single time is money in his pockets. And he knows that Wilder or Fury, both of them, is a huge risk.
It is, but I genuinely believe if Joshua loses, I still think Eddie makes crazy money from Joshua.
Not as much as
I don't know,
Joshua
that once that invincibility goes, I think people will calm down.
I don't know. Once he loses, that allure is
He'll
gone.
still have a career. It's not like his career will be over.
I think the invincibility is already gone. When he got knocked down against Klitschko, I think the invincibility is gone. I think people know
but he rose above it though.
And he won. No.
And he won the fight.
He is still undefeated.
I don't think there's people out there who genuinely know if he'd beat what. Like, all right, I'll say I think he beats Wilder, but I think he loses to Fury. But if you were to do a poll and say who wins, Joshua or Wilder, it's probably going to be about 50-50, especially after the last fight Wilder just had. Fury, I reckon most people would say Fury beats Joshua.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So would you say Joshua beats Wilder?
I do, yeah.
No.
So you say Joshua, you say Wilder?
I think Joshua...
I don't know.
Joshua is easier to hit than Fury, and Wilder got to Fury.
You see, that was my
argument.
My thing is that Joshua is the better boxer, and Joshua will get hits on Wilder. Fury, I believe, is one of the hardest heavyweight boxers, I think, to hit because of how big he is and how good his movement is. Yeah. Wilder hit him twice. Because remember what I said to you? I said that Fury would win on points because Wilder will never be able to hit him. Wilder caught him twice. Wilder will catch Joshua a lot more times. So
I've watched Dillian Wyatt rock Joshua. And I've watched
very early in his career.
I've watched Klitschko put him down.
And Povetkin was having some good in the early few rounds.
I don't think he can take Wilder's power.
I've also seen Wilder get rocked by Eric Molina after
But I told you he was out drinking the night before, man.
Ortiz, and I know we said off camera you think Ortiz would deal with Joshua.
I do.
At his age?
Not a man with that high blood pressure.
And I think that's what proves that Wilder might be able to take Joshua's power, because I wouldn't say Joshua's more powerful than Ortiz.
Oh, I would.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Ortiz hits hard.
Joshua hits hard.
Joshua hits hard, man.
No, he does.
But he uppercutted Klitschko and his head almost come off. You know, back in the day when you watched Tom and Jerry and the dog would hit Jerry and
so
the head would just fly up.
You saw every single vein on his neck like that.
That was Photoshop, man. I don't care, man.
I think where Wilder is so wild and he swings his punches round, I genuinely believe Joshua tucks up and I think he catches Wilder. And I think he drops Wilder. I've seen Wilder.
He drops Wilder?
Yeah. This whole thing about Wilder can't be Joshua drops Wilder.
Oh, anybody can be dropped.
No, anybody can be dropped. I just don't think he'll... It'll be a great fight.
Arguably, the Wilder and Ortiz fight, the referee did a lot to save Wilder in that fight. The referee literally carried Wilder back to the corner.
No, come on.
It was close. Ortiz was close.
Don't get me wrong, I was screaming.
5 minutes left on the tape.
Cool. So, all right, if I was to say to you, in 12 months' time, who is the undisputed, unified heavyweight champion of the world? Who is it?
Fury. If everything goes and everybody fights as...
If everyone fights each other, yeah.
Fury.
Why is something telling me it'll be Joshua? Something telling me it'll be Joshua.
So you think Joshua can beat Fury if they fight.
I think any three of them can beat any three of them, if I'm honest with you. Like, I think if you put
Really?
them in a round robin, I think on any day, any one of them could win against
How
any
does
of them.
Joshua beat Fury when
If
Joshua?
if he catches him.
Wilder caught him, and Wilder has a heavier punch than Joshua.
I think Fury eats punches for fun. It's just nothing to him. Unless you take a bullet and a
You know what?
gun.
No, I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna stick.
And I didn't think he brings
Even,
split the bullets out,
even
man.
then he might just...
I'm gonna stick with my boy Wilder. Wilder unifies the division.
I'm going Fury. Guys, let us know what you guys think. As always, I really want to say thank you. Have hope, Drifty. Really
Anytime,
appreciate
man.
you coming on.
Anytime.
Their links to their channels and social media will be in the description below. As always, guys, thank you very much for tuning to the Sanderson Show. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Peace.